This fanfiction is only for entertainment purposes, so please don't take it seriously and don't be offended. It's just a story made out of imagination, so it doesn't define any character in real life. I hope you'll enjoy the story and leave positive comments without hating the author and character. I don't own any pictures, but the storylines are completely mine. I will do voiceovers so you can mute it if you want. Hope you will like the video.
You enter in a changing room with your wedding dress. You removed your top and was trying to unhook your bra when the door opened, making your eyes widened as you covered your chest with your hands. He closed the door and chuckled bitterly seeing this. Taehyung, you were trying to hide something that I devour and worshipped all night once. You should have hid it that day. Now it's too late. Princess. He says, and you look down, almost guilty of something. He's your boss, your ex-boyfriend, and currently your sister's fiancé. He took slow steps towards you as you shivered down a little, making his jaw hardened. He slowly wrapped his hand around your waist and pulled you towards himself, making your back bump into his chest as a shiver ran down your spine. Without even looking at him, you can feel his anger clearly. Taehyung, come on, princess. Look ahead. Let me have a clear view of a person who betrayed me, backstabbed me, and now's getting ready for another man. He says as his lips touched your ear, making you finally look at his reflection on mirror, only to find him staring hard at you with furious expression. Yn, don't drag her in this mess. Please, my sister's innocent. Taehyung, so am I. You made me a monster. A monster who's ready to destroy another girl's life just to have revenge on you. Just to made you feel. How does it feel when you saw your loved ones in another person's arms? You need to feel what I am feeling right now. He says, gritting his teeth while his lips still moved on your ear, making your eyes almost teary. He's angry, and his anger is genuine because the day he came to your house to ask your hand from your parents, he saw you sitting there with another man and your family introduced him as your fiancé, making him so angry that he ended up asking for your sister's hand and your parents agreed right away. You couldn't help but just look down as you can't tell him the story behind your yes. You can't tell him that how much you resisted, how much you denied for it, only for your greedy parents to turn abusive. You still didn't give up. At least not until they start to torture your beloved sister Leah, and you give in because she's the only light in your life. The only one who loves you selflessly and was against your marriage as much as you were, because she already know that you love Taehyung. And even she was forced to say yes for her marriage with Taehyung because of your parents. Even today the changing room door have some problem, that's why it wasn't getting locked, so Leah said that she will stay outside so that you can change without any problem. And now you are sure that she let Taehyung in because she wants you both to reconcile and ran away, but you can't because you know that once you ran away with Taehyung then your parents won't leave Leah alive. Yn, it's cheating. You are touching another girl while your fiancé is waiting outside. Don't you have any shame? You say while trying to remove his hand from your waist, as you know that you should end this soon, otherwise it will end up destroying all four of yours life. Taehyung, see who's talking about shame right now. And if this is cheating, then I am afraid that I have cheated on her way more times before too. After all, the girl I am touching right now is the one whom I ked so hard that she can't walk for next few days. Remember, princess. He says, and your heartbeat fastened. He wasn't at all himself, as he never talked like this with you ever. He always respected to you and talked nicely, but right now he's so hurt that he's saying anything that he wanted to. Yn, out now. Taehyung, why are you? Yn, cut him off, get lost. Now. You said, firmly jerking off his hand, making him chuckle bitterly. Taehyung, let's see who's gonna break down first. Saying this he left the room. After changing into a beautiful wedding gown, you came out only to find Taehyung standing there, staring hard at you. You looked stunning and just like a perfect bride, a bride he can't have. You can still see his clenched jaw, like he's stopping himself from misbehaving more with you. You looked around but couldn't saw your fiancé, Jimin, and your sister, Leah, anywhere. You both were alone there, which made you anxious. You tried to escape the situation, but he grabbed your wrist and pulled you towards himself. Taehyung, funny, how I once dreamed of this moment, you in a wedding dress. I just never imagined it would break me this way. It's ironic, isn't it? You promised me eternity, and soon gonna take the vows with another man. He say, his voice breaking just like your heart as you tried to pull away your hand, but his grip didn't even loosen a bit. Just then you heard someone coming inside and pushed him away, making him almost fall down, but he balanced himself. Lia enter in a beautiful wedding dress just like yours. Behind him was Jimin. They both were smiling and talking about something. You wipe your tear and hurry, then walk towards Lia with a small smile. Yn, you look so beautiful, just like the kind of bride I always imagined you'd be. You say, holding Lia's hand just to ease the atmosphere. Lia gave your hand a light squeeze and smile. Lia, if I didn't know you were my sister, I'd say the groom is the luckiest man alive. She says, playfully, making you smile a little. Then as always she kissed your forehead. She always did this whenever you looked way too beautiful. Jimin, who was standing beside Lia, smirked as he saw Taehyung staring hard at you. Jimin hold your hand, suddenly making you flinch while Taehyung fist clenched. Jimin, just look at my bride. Isn't she looking the most beautiful one? If beauty had a definition, it would be you in this moment. Right, Taehyung? He asked with a smirk while your eyes widened as you tried to tuck your hand back, but Jimin wasn't leaving it, making Lia shook her head playfully, knowing exactly what's he doing. Taehyung, can't agree more with you. His voice sends a shiver down your spine and you couldn't even gather courage to look at him, as you know he must be looking at you with hungry eyes like a predator. Lia playfully smacked Jimin's hand, making him leave your hand immediately. Lia, stopping teasing my sister. Jimin, as you wish, my lord. He replied playfully, and they both started talking about something while you just stood there silently, looking down. Suddenly, you felt someone take your hand, and you immediately looked beside you. Taehyung had taken your hand. He gently washed it with the water from the glass he was holding, then wiped it with his handkerchief. After that, he intertwined his fingers with yours and took a deep breath, as if the touch itself calmed him down. Your heartbeat quickened, and you glanced around, feeling relieved that no one was looking at the two of you. You signaled him to leave your hand in panic, only for his grip to be tightened on your hand. His eyes clearly telling you to not even dare to leave his hand this time, and this makes you feel scared. Just then Lia hold your hand while looking at Taehyung. Lia, we need to go out, now. Mom, Dad are waiting for all of us. Taehyung didn't even react and kept staring at you, only for your panic to grow. Yn, pleasey. You say, almost begging, and the very next second you felt his hand pulling away from yours. You looked at him, your eyes moist like you almost regret it, but then you realize it's for the best, so you almost ran out with Lia while Jimin laughed seeing all this. When they both were alone, Jimin spoke. Jimin, never thought you will be interested in my fiancé. Taehyung, same here. Never even imagined that someone like you would take away my girl from me. The audacity, I must say. He spoke, gritting his teeth, then left the room while Jimin chuckled, finding this situation way more funny than he should. Walking down the altar beside your sister, you could clearly see your groom standing at the end. With every step, regret grew heavier in your chest. Just last night, you had tried to convince your sister to run away before the wedding, but she had completely refused. She even snatched your phone so you couldn't talk to Jimin or Taehyung. You still couldn't understand why she was behaving like this when only a few days ago, she was the one desperate to escape this marriage. Now, each step you took felt like a punishment, and you regretted everything even more. Taehyung's dark eyes stayed fixed on you as you walked toward Jimin. Honestly, you wouldn't even mind if he kidnapped you right now and married you instead. You were more than ready for that. But this wasn't a movie or a drama where everything magically worked out in the end. You had made your choice, and now you had to live with its consequences. A tear escaped your eyes as you kept looking down. You and Lia were walking down the aisle with your cousins instead of your father, because they cared for you far more than your real parents ever did. Your so-called parents, your relatives, and everyone invited in the wedding was standing near the aisle. Suddenly, Lia stopped along with J-Hope, your cousin, who was walking her down the aisle, making you and Jean, your cousin walking beside you, stop as well. Leah, I can't do this marriage. I am pregnant. With Jimin's child. We love each other and can't destroy your life because of us. She say, caughting you completely off guard as your eyes widened. Not even in your dream, you expected something like this to happen now. Jimin, finally. My love decided to choose me over her parents' wish. Can't tell how happy I am today to got you back, love. He says, walking towards her and took her hand from Jope. Then he gave her hand an open-mouthed kiss with a smirk making you gasp. You couldn't help but smile as everything felt like a fairy tale. Your heartbeat quickened as you looked at both of them while your sister gave you a playful smile like asking how's the surprise, and you can't help but giggled knowing that now who's gonna be your groom. Suddenly you heard your parents' loud shout making you flinch while Jean gave your hand a light squeeze like telling you that everything's gonna fine now. Did he also knew it? Of course he did. Jimin signaled his guard who gather around your parent blocking their path and movement. Taehyung, I will be too ashamed if I go empty-handed today from here. I mean, I am also gonna take my bride with me today by hook or crook, doesn't matter. He says, walking towards you and hold your hand firmly. Taehyung, then let's swap the bride for our own goods. He say, looking at Jimin who nodded with a smirk. Then you all go to your respected places where you will take the vows with your respected groom. You hold Taehyung's hand tightly with excitement. After that the wedding goes smoothly. Priest, now the groom may kiss the bride. You smile and turn around only for your heart to sink as you saw Taehyung still looking at you with those angry yet hungry eyes. You gulp as he whispered in your ear. Taehyung, never knew I will get the chance to took revenge on you for your betrayal so soon. Welcome to hell, Mrs. Kim Taehyung. He says and crashed his lips on yours. His lips move hungrily and angrily on yours making it hard for you to maintain your balance and you end up holding his shoulder for balance while he pulled you more closer. When you just thought that you will die because of lack of oxygen, he left you making you took deep breath while looking at him scared. He smirk found it way more amusing than he imagined.
Everyone else was enjoying the aftermath while Taehyung and Jimin was standing in the outer area of wedding. Taehyung, so you were really serious when you told me that you are not gonna marry my girl. I almost thought you lied yesterday night and regret leaving you alive. Jimin chuckled, still remembering the haunting last night when Taehyung broke into his room and was determined to kill him. The only reason why Jimin told him about his and Leah plan is they already fall for each other and decided to turn the tables on the wedding day, knowing your parents won't be able to do much at the last minute. Jimin, of course I won't lie to you. I mean, I love my life. He says playfully while Taehyung smile, finally in relief that he's not gonna leave you now. Jimin, you know Taehyung, I heard a very interesting story from my love a month ago. About how two girls was forced to almost death when they denied to marry the mans they don't love. Taehyung brows furrowed in confusion for a second before his eyes widened as he realized something. He knew you love him more than anything and there's no way that you will marry someone else instead of him. Just then Jimin passed him a file which was on the table beside him. Taehyung got furious by each passing second as he read that file. It was the file about how your parents treated you and your sister all their life. Taehyung, how dare they? Jimin, cut him off, calm down man and enjoy the night with your beloved. They will be too sad if they lost their worthless parents on their wedding night. And we have a lot of time to deal with them separately, you know. Taehyung's fist clenched as he nodded in silence. Jimin, now let's leave. I have to do a lot of work in making my love wish true. What? I am not a Biat Stard who will make his love pregnant before marriage. Neither I am an Itshul who won't do it after marriage. Jimin say winking, leaving Taehyung dumbfounded.
Taehyung entered his room while loosening his tie only to find it completely empty making him chuckle. Without wasting even a second, he opened the cupboard door making you flinch as you were hiding there. Taehyung, caught you, wifey. he says, and before you could even react he picked you up in his arms while your breath quickened. Wayan, Taehyung. Listen to me first. Please. Taehyung just smirk and throw you on his bed. Then remove his tie with his coat. Taehyung, we will get a lot of time to talk. On bed, of course. He says, hovering you, making you clench the sheet in your fist and close your eyes tightly while he smile, enjoying the game. At first, after finding out everything, he decided to not play anymore and just have you peacefully, but seeing you hiding from him, make him enjoy this game. He smiled and finally leaned in and softly kisses your cheek. Taehyung, open your eyes, princess. I am not angry. He says, and you slowly open your eyes, then look at him scared. While he ran his hand in your hair gently and kept looking at you like old days, softly. His gentle eyes almost made you tear up as you grabbed his shirt. Wayan, I do this because. Taehyung, shh. I knew, princess. I found out, so no more crying and all right. I just want to be happy and cozy with you once again. Can I? He asked, and you burst out crying as you clung to him tightly while saying sorry again and again, even when he says that he forgive you. But you can't forgive yourself. Just the thought of not being with him tonight was distressful for you. He pulled you in his arms and you snuggled your face in the crook of his neck while he comforted you. You open your eyes only to find the bed beside you empty, and your eyes narrowed as you looked around to find Taehyung. The sun was already up a long time ago, and you are sure that Taehyung won't left you alone on your first day after wedding. Suddenly the door opened and Taehyung entered, wearing his professional clothes. A small smile came on his lips as he saw you sitting on bed wearing his shirt from last night. He could never imagined a morning better than this. He immediately came near you as you hugged him sleepily and asked, Wayan, where do you go? Taehyung, just to complete an unfinished important business, princess. He says this when his gaze suddenly fall on his hand and his eyes widen. Blood was still on his hand and he didn't want you to saw it, that's why he immediately wiped at his black clothes, then hover over you. Taehyung, now let's say good morning to me properly. Wayan, properly? You asked playfully, even though you knew what did he meant by that. Taehyung, just like how a wife should say to her husband. A proper morning greetings. Do I need to teach you that again? Wayan, maybe you need to. In a very detailed way, you know. You smirked while he chuckled as he leaned down while his hands slide down on your body to show you how a perfect morning greetings happen. The end.